I think, for the most part, most traditional universities sell one idea of higher education, right? They sell the
Right.
2-year associate's degree, they sell the 4-year bachelor's degree, mostly residential. Southern New Hampshire, Western Governors, Arizona State sold the idea of the online degree, but largely that went to adult students. I now think at the undergraduate level, I think we're not going to see a lot more growth in the fully online degrees among the 18 to 22-year-olds, but I think we're going to see a lot more variation in products, right? So that could be many more hybrid programs where they're possibly going online a little bit and going face to face. I think we're going to see a lot more in terms of the degrees and the credentials. A shout out to you, Brandon, for the work that you've done and the writing you've done on the Credegree, right? This idea of a credential and a degree that's packaged together. I will tell you, coming out of the economic fallout from this pandemic, students already were going to college to get a job, right? That was their number one criteria. That's even going to be, they're going to double down on that coming out of this, recession, depression, whatever we're in. And so it's clear to me that kind of the job function of higher education is going to become more critical. And we all know that the traditional bachelor's degree, as we've long defined it in higher education, doesn't necessarily provide what students really need in the job market today. And so I think that schools are really going to think about what other types of things can we be offering to those students in order to make them more attractive to employers.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the classic old, return on investment argument, right? And there's a lot of ways to think about ROI in that. Certainly, the stuff I've been writing about, there's a lot of evidence from students, prospective students, and prospective parents, employers, right? That what people value most is relevance, right? I'll just use that as a big term, relevance. The relevance of what I'm learning, being able to see how it applies to the real world, how it applies to a job, how it, moves me forward towards that goal. And I don't think, it's like when I get in these conversations, I always feel like there's this tension between the liberal arts or, skill, specific skill training or job preparation. And I continue to believe that that's a false argument. It's a false discussion where, the perfect package would be a student who's getting a broad liberal arts education and also coming out with some really recognized hard skills, right? Like they know Python, where they can apply that to some data science, or they have a cybersecurity designation. And the one little tidbit that plays into this is that we did some survey research and asked people to think about who they might hire most out of this list of recent college graduates. And one was a bachelor's degree in English, one was a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. If you just put those two head to head, more people would pick a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity. But then the other option was a graduate with a bachelor's degree in English and a designation as a certified ethical hacker. And by a mile, right, 4 times over the others, they would pick the English major with the certified ethical hacker. And what I think that says is that people still value liberal arts if they can see it combined with a sharpened and specific skill set that employers value. So, I've got a lot of hope that that both of these are valuable, right? The industry recognized credential, in and of itself is enhanced by a bachelor's degree, and the bachelor's degree is enhanced by, industry credential or an internship or whatever it might be.